Have you ever wondered why some people linger in your thoughts long after they're gone? Why their presence feels magnetic, their energy unforgettable? It's not luck, it's not beauty, it's mastery of self. When your energy becomes aligned, your silence speaks, your presence echoes. People begin to feel you, even when you're not there. In this teaching, we explore the art of becoming unforgettable, not by chasing attention, but by cultivating a presence so powerful that it naturally draws others in. This is the way of stillness, awareness, and inner strength, the way of true influence, the power of presence. In the Shaolin tradition, we often speak about HI, the invisible energy that flows through all living things. This energy is not seen, but it is felt. And when your HI is balanced, calm, and strong, people sense it. They are drawn to it. They may not understand why, but your presence begins to stay with them, in their thoughts, in their emotions, even in their silence. This is the beginning of true influence. Many people believe that to be remembered, they must speak louder, show more, or do something extraordinary. But the truth is quite the opposite. The most powerful presence does not shout. It whispers. It does not chase attention. It commands it without effort. When you enter a room with deep stillness inside you, your energy fills the space. That is the kind of presence that makes people think about you long after you have left. To develop such presence, you must first master your inner stillness. Most minds are noisy, filled with constant thoughts, fears, and comparisons. A mind that is restless cannot project strength. It leaks energy in every direction. But when your mind becomes silent like a still lake, people can feel your depth. They sense something rare, something grounded and real. Presence begins with awareness. Become aware of your body, your breath, your emotions. When you walk, walk consciously. When you speak, speak with clarity. When you listen, listen with your whole being. Do not rush. Do not scatter your attention. Every movement, every word, every silence should carry intention. This is how you cultivate the power of presence. Master HENG often says, "The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So when you drink your tea, drink it slowly. When you greet someone, look into their eyes, not to dominate, but to connect." The energy you carry in these small moments builds your aura. It tells people who you are without words. People remember not what you say, but how you make them feel. When you are grounded, calm, and centered, you give others a feeling of safety. When you radiate confidence without arrogance, they feel inspired. When you live in balance, they begin to crave that same harmony. This is why they think of you, not because you force yourself into their minds, but because your energy leaves a peaceful imprint. So, the first step in making people think of you constantly is not external. It is internal. Slow down. Breathe deeper. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Listen to the rhythm of your breath. As your awareness grows, your energy will begin to stabilize. And once that happens, your presence will speak for you. You won't need to impress anyone. You will simply be. And that quiet beingness is unforgettable. The energy you radiate. Everything you project into the world is energy. The tone of your voice, the way you move, even the silence between your words. All of it speaks. Most people are unaware of the energy they carry, but others can feel it instantly. You've experienced this before. Meeting someone whose presence feels peaceful, grounding, almost magnetic, while another person's energy feels heavy, draining, or chaotic. The difference lies in how they manage their internal state. If you wish to make people think about you, not as an obsession, but as a source of inspiration, you must first understand the energy you radiate. People are drawn not to your looks, your possessions, or your achievements, but to how they feel when they are around you. This feeling comes from the vibration of your mind and heart. When your energy is calm, confident, and compassionate, you create resonance, a harmony that others remember even in your absence. The mind is like a transmitter. It broadcasts your emotions whether you want it to or not. Anger, fear, insecurity. These energies travel faster than words. When you enter a room filled with such energy, others sense it immediately. But when you cultivate inner peace through awareness and discipline, your very presence becomes healing. People may not understand why they feel better around you, but they do. They carry that feeling long after you leave. To radiate powerful energy, begin with intention. Each morning, before stepping into the world, center yourself. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, set a clear intention. Today, I will carry calmness within me. I will respond, not react. I will bring peace wherever I go. This small practice shapes the energy you send out all day. Next, be conscious of your posture. The body speaks before words do. Stand tall, but relaxed. Keep your shoulders open, your breath steady. A strong posture does not demand attention. It invites it. Your energy should say, I am present, I am aware. That subtle shift in body language begins to transform how people feel in your presence. Kindness also amplifies your energy. When you give without expecting, when you listen with sincerity, your vibration rises. The world feels this, and so do the people around you. They begin to associate your presence with lightness, with something pure and real. This is how you begin to occupy their thoughts, not through manipulation or games, but through genuine connection. Remember, you cannot hide your energy. It reveals who you are before you even speak. So purify your thoughts, align your actions, and let your energy speak for you. When your inner world is in harmony, your outer world reflects it. People will not only think about you, they will feel you. And that feeling, born from your balanced energy, is what stays with them. The power of silence and mystery. In a world that constantly demands noise, opinions, updates, and attention, silence becomes your greatest weapon. Silence is not emptiness. It is strength under control. When you learn to hold your silence with confidence, people begin to lean in. They wonder what you're thinking, what you know, what lies beneath your calm expression. This curiosity keeps you in their minds far longer than words ever could. Master HENG often says, the one who controls his mouth controls his energy. Every time you speak unnecessarily, you release energy. Every time you react impulsively, you scatter your focus. But when you remain silent and observe, you conserve power. That power builds within you, and others can feel it. You become like a mountain, unmoved, steady, and mysterious. People can sense your depth, even if they cannot fully understand it. There is something magnetic about mystery. When you reveal everything, people lose interest. But when you maintain a quiet presence, when you speak only when it is necessary and meaningful, your words begin to carry more weight. People start to listen differently. They remember your pauses, your expressions, your silence, because in a world filled with noise, your calm becomes sacred. Silence also gives you clarity. When you stop talking so much, you start hearing more, not just what others say, but what they truly mean. You notice body language, tone, and hidden emotions. You begin to understand people without needing to ask. That awareness allows you to move through life with wisdom and grace. It makes you unpredictable, not because you're trying to be, but because you no longer act out of impulse. You act out of understanding. To practice this, begin with small moments. When someone argues, choose silence instead of reaction. When you feel the urge to explain yourself unnecessarily, let it pass. When others seek your approval, give them your calm attention, not your anxious words. Over time, your silence becomes a mirror in which others see themselves more clearly. That reflection makes them think of you, because few people give them that kind of space. Silence does not mean distance. It means presence with intention. When you are silent, but your eyes are calm, your breath steady, your attention fully on the moment, you are not disconnected. You are deeply connected. People feel that. They sense that your silence is not weakness, but power. And here lies the secret. People think about those who make them feel something they can't quite explain. Silence creates that feeling. It is both peace and mystery. It leaves a question in their hearts that words cannot answer. That question, that lingering curiosity, is what keeps you in their minds again and again. So learn to speak less, observe more, and let your silence become the sound that echoes long after you've gone. Living with intention and alignment. Presence and energy mean little without alignment. To make people think about you constantly, in admiration, in curiosity, in inspiration, you must live with intention. Every action you take, every choice you make, every word you speak must come from a place of clarity and purpose. Most people drift through life on autopilot, reacting to whatever happens. But those who walk with intention shape their reality. They move differently, speak differently, and radiate a calm confidence that others can feel. When your actions align with your values, your energy becomes pure. There is no inner conflict, no pretense. You are not trying to impress or manipulate anyone. You are simply living truthfully. And truth, when embodied, has power. People feel it even when you say nothing. They can sense that you are grounded in something deeper, something unshakable. That integrity is rare, and because it is rare, it is unforgettable. Master Heng teaches that harmony between mind, body, and action creates freedom. Freedom from confusion, freedom from trying to be someone you are not. This alignment is what makes your presence magnetic. When you live with awareness, eating with gratitude, speaking with honesty, walking with mindfulness, your life becomes a reflection of discipline and grace. That reflection imprints itself on others, not as a memory, but as a feeling. Living with intention means you do not waste energy. You do not overthink or over-explain. You give your full attention to what matters and let go of what does not. When people see that kind of focus, it inspires them. They begin to admire you silently. They start to think of you not because you demand it, but because your energy represents something they long for: peace, purpose, and presence. To cultivate alignment, start with clarity. Ask yourself, who am I? What do I stand for? What energy do I wish to leave behind in every interaction? When you live with answers to these questions, your actions begin to synchronize with your essence. You stop living to please others, and you start living in harmony with yourself. That harmony is magnetic. Another part of alignment is consistency. Be the same person in silence as you are in company. Be the same person when you are praised as when you are criticized. This consistency creates trust, and trust deepens the impact of your energy. People remember those who are real. Finally, understand this. Your life is your message, not your words, not your achievements, but the way you are. The way you move through challenges, the way you treat others, the way you hold yourself when no one is watching. That is what defines your energy. When you live intentionally, your presence becomes a quiet reminder to others of what they could be. And that reminder stays with them. So live consciously, walk with awareness. Align your thoughts, words, and actions, and your very existence will echo in the minds of others long after you've left the room. The secret to making people think about you constantly has nothing to do with chasing attention, performing for validation, or speaking louder than everyone else. It begins within, in the silent cultivation of your inner world. When you understand this, you stop trying to be seen, and instead, you become felt. True presence does not demand attention. It naturally attracts it. Master Heng often says, the most powerful energy is calm. That calmness is not emptiness, it is mastery. When you develop stillness within yourself, you start to vibrate differently. Your movements slow down, your words become intentional, and your energy becomes steady. People feel safe around you because you are not rushing, not competing, not seeking. You are simply being. That kind of being radiates quiet strength. it leaves an impression that words cannot explain. Remember, presence is not built overnight. It is cultivated through awareness, through learning to observe yourself, your emotions, and your reactions. Every day is a practice. When you fall out of balance, you breathe. When you feel anger rising, you pause. When you're tempted to prove yourself, you return to silence. Each time you choose awareness over reaction, your energy refines. Over time, people start to notice that being around you feels different, lighter, calmer, deeper. You don't have to chase recognition. Recognition comes naturally to those who are in harmony with themselves. The world remembers energy more than appearance. You may forget someone's words, but you never forget how their presence made you feel. So let your presence be your message. Let your calm be your signature. Let your silence be your strength. When you walk with purpose, people sense it. When you live with integrity, they trust it. When you move through life with peace, they crave it. And when they cannot have it, they think of you. And not because you forced your way into their thoughts, but because your energy awakened something within them. This is the real art. To live so consciously that your very existence becomes a mirror for others. You remind them of what they could be, balanced, centered, aware. You show them that true power doesn't come from dominance or desire, but from understanding yourself deeply. So, as this teaching ends, remember, your goal is not to make people obsessed with you, but to inspire them through your being. To embody such peace that your energy speaks long after your words fade. To live so fully in awareness that every step you take leaves an invisible mark of presence. In the end, people will not think about you because of what you did or said. They will think about you because your energy made them feel alive, calm yet awake, silent yet seen. That is the essence of becoming unforgettable. Mastering yourself so deeply that your very presence becomes a lesson, a memory, and a light that continues to echo in the minds and hearts of others.